Hi guys, it's Lauren here for aka Flossabilities, back with another video reviewing the month of May stitching. This is a channel all about cross stitch, and welcome back to all my lovely stitchy friends. Yeah, how's everyone getting on? It's a lovely day here. It's summer starting, 2nd of June today. It's about 12 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a Thursday, which is an unusual day for me to film, but I'm actually off this week. I had a wedding last weekend and I chose to take this week off. And I'm so glad I did, because you might be able to hear it. I've been sick as a dog with a cold. And today is really the only day that I've started to feel better. So yeah, one of the joys of mingling again. All our immune systems are not used to it. It's not COVID, I've checked, but it's a really bad cold. Hence why I've got a lot of makeup on. Sorry if I frighten you with my nails. It's the Queen's Jubilee tomorrow, so I've gone a bit patriotic. It just looks a bit nuts on camera. Like I've been dipping my fingers in lots of different pots of colour. But yes, I've gone with the patriotic theme. So I'm sorry if I'm frightening anyone with my crazy nails. So what's been going on, guys? Right, so we're back with a whip update on my one and only whip now. Just to remind everyone, I started my Flosstube journey with 3 full coverage whips. Even though I stitched lots of different things, that was just how I started Flosstube. And I'm very much a finisher. And I said I wanted to get these 3 whips finished before I start anything else. And I've kind of stuck to that mainly, apart from starting a SAL, which then never continued on for a bit. That's been put on the back burner. But we're very close to finishing this challenge, because I've only got one whip left of the 3. Now, in comparison to last month, where we had a great, oh, this is what you saw of cheese delivery, and then now it was finished, this is the worst one, which in the reverse. So what happened was I filmed last month. I try and film the first weekend or second of every month. And last month I filmed on the 10th of May, which I remember because it was my birthday. And the reason I did that is that I was getting close to finish with cheese livery. Excuse me. Got some lemon juice to help me through this. I want to film. It's my best time to do it while I'm off for work, but it's more of a struggle than usual. So, excuse me. I filmed on the 10th of May, and I think I said to you guys, oh, I'm hoping to get, most of the row of Wise Old Owl done, the bottom row that I'm on, row of pages, and then the following month in, July, we should get a finish. Well, I had what I think it's Jessie Marie does stuff calls like a finish hangover. So when I finished cheese delivery, I didn't want to stitch for a few days. My fingers were sore, I was burnt out, and I was so excited about my future new rotation that I just started like kitting things up and bobbinating and just being like, oh, look at this lovely colours, oh, just excited. So I had a few nights off, and in hindsight I should have utilised them days. And then the wedding approached. This was a wedding, my cousin's wedding last weekend in North Wales. It was absolutely stunning. It was such a beautiful day. And the wedding took up more time, the prep of it. And so I was just kept going, oh, I won't stitch tonight. I won't stitch tonight. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I can't do it. And then when the wedding actually came, I didn't stitch at all. And then literally the day after the wedding, I had this. I know who gave it me was my brother, because he had the tail end of a cold and he was trying to keep his distance from everyone. and he was kept saying, I've got a cold, don't come near me, I've got a cold. But it was inevitable. We were in close quarters, it just happened. So, but for me, it's really affected me. It's been a right corker. Top 5 colds, I'm going to say, top 5. So the last 5 days after the wedding, I've been off from work. I had all these plans, all these things I wanted to do, not just in my city life, but just in, like, you know, the house, you know, just wanted to do things. And I've not been able to do it. I've been so unwell, I've just been lying. I'm not gonna lie, I've just lying down. Near the tail end of the cold, I managed to keep my appointment with Mama Flossabilities, and we did go the Nimble Thimble. I dosed up, I wore a mask, I hand sanitised, and I went for about an hour and a half, and I did pick up a few charts. I've got so much to show you though today, guys. I'm going to show them, it's only a few charts, I'm going to show them next video to bulk out a bit, because I think next video will hopefully be either a finish on Wise Old Owl or very close to a finish, and that's all I'll be showing. So today I've got a bit of birthday haul, my progress on Wise Old Owl, not very much, but the progress, and I'm going to reveal my new rotation, which I'm really excited about. Just remind everyone, I'm not starting this, I'm just showing you what I'm going to start, because Wise Old Owl is so close to being finished if I just get on with it. So yeah, this is, so everyone's up to date with me and knows what we're starting on this journey together after I finish Wise Old Owl. So it's very exciting. So what should we do first? Right, let's do birthday haul. Small few things here. The main thing I got, I asked my partner. The one thing I've, oh sorry for the rustling, quiet Lauren. The one thing I've learned with my full coverages is I wanted a bigger Q-snap. So I use an 11 by 11 Q-snap, and I stitched 2 strands over one, which can obviously be more textured than one strand, and I think it's more prone to Q-snap lines because there's more fabric for it to ridge in. So one of the things I wanted to try and avoid next time I start my new full coverage in my rotation, my new rotation, is I wanted a bigger Q-snap so that it's less likely to land on the piece more often than it does now. So I asked for 11 by 17 Q-snap, which my partner very kindly got me, and he also got me to go with it. This is my current grime guard that I use. I only have one. It's foxes, they're upside down. How cute are they? And I found another foxy one, and my partner bought this off Etsy from a lovely lady, put a note in it, have a read of it. It's Jess at Blue Muffin Crafty Bags. Blue Muffin Crafty Bags. I'll put it in the show notes. And how lovely is this? It's more foxies on this kind of lovely, it's almost like pink flowers. So I got that to go with that from a lovely, lovely partner. And I'm really gonna enjoy having a larger Q-snap. And also I bought it for the fact that I'm gonna have more projects. So having like the one main Q-snap is not brilliant. It would be nice to have projects scattered over different Q-snaps. So yeah, I got vouchers as well, and then so I thought, well, let's get a set, and I bought a small Q-snap, a 6x6. I haven't bothered with the grime guard for this one, and because my new rotation features some smaller pieces as well, I realised that unless I start serging around the edges, I'm not gonna be able to fit them in my 11 by 11. So I'm not gonna hand stitch. It's just I can't do that. I'm not very good at it. So I got the 6x6 with my vouchers. Speaking of Nimble Thimble, that's where me and Mama went. Just to say as well, the lady who runs it's called Christine, and she is lovely. She is so nice. She made me and Mama, because we travelled a bit, she made us a coffee. She was very helpful, very knowledgeable. I'm going to go again when I'm feeling better, because I kind of pushed myself to go. I wasn't really in the best state and I was a bit unwell, so I couldn't enjoy the experience as much, so I was kind of rushing a bit. There's no reflection on Christine at all. Her shop is beautiful, it's wonderful, it's a treasure trove. I think I've actually got a picture of her lovely doggies that sit behind the till, which I'll put here. How gorgeous are them too. And interesting enough, by the till, I took a picture of some of the kind of model stitches, and one of them is the spooky house that I bought the pattern of and showed you in the last video. So I'll put that here. How exciting is that? Okay. So for my birthday, I didn't even know I was getting this. Mama just found this pattern, thought I'd love it, and she's spot on. And I believe she ordered it from the Nimble Thimble. She got me the hands-on design block party called 31st. I think, is it Helen D that's done this? It's fabulous, and we think it'll look nice on here. I've got my summer display up, by the way, because we're in June. I've gone with a beachy theme. No cross stitch though. So I need to get more cross stitch done. But yes, Boo Eek is called 31st, and it came with, this is such a lovely gift from Mama, the pins to go at the top. How cute are they? Oh, the pumpkin. And this purple bit on the top to put the pins in. So that came with it. So I'm going to really look forward to starting that at some point in the future, and that I think will be a great piece to go on here as a display piece at Halloween. So yeah, very, very excited for that. And that's my birthday haul, guys. Just a few bits and pieces. I got obviously other items, you know, non-stitchy items. But stitchy items, that was my main gifts. Okay. Why so dull? Right, so this is what it'll look like when it is finished. Excuse me. And this is what it looked like last time you saw it. It's pretty much going to be the same. Okay. Right, I've put them on a board to try and make it easier for me to hold. Right, and this is what he looks like. Oh, today. Looking fabulous. Just not looking much further forward. So I think I was in this page when I saw you last, and that's what I've basically finished. I finished this page and started to move into here. You can see I'm literally kind of just like abandoned it where it was up, because I don't normally park, but this is just where I got up to, and then everything went crazy. Sorry, make sure I'm in shot here. So we've got more of the telescope appeared. Let me take it off this board now because it's driving me insane. Bend it over. We've got more of the telescope. Filled in some more floor. Finished off the, I think it's a pot of jam. And I thought this originally was an inkwell, but it's got kind of reddy tones in it. I'm going to say it's wine. I think he's a bit of a boozy owl. I think he's sat in there, you know, writing his books, eating a bit of jam and bread, having a glass of wine. That's the story I've got in my head. So I think this is a wine bottle, and then there's jam. Sorry, I think the light's bouncing off it in a funny way, so it might look strange. But yeah, he's looking fabulous. I just need to get on with it. Here's this armrest. So I'm hoping next time I see you, he's a lot further forward on that bottom row. I've done, let me find me, got my notes. So I've done, since I saw you, 3,469 stitches since the 10th of May. I was at 79.78%. I'm now at 82.26%. And I've done in total 115,366 stitches out of 140,280, which means there's 24,884 stitches left just in this bottom row. So I'm ready to be done now. I absolutely love them. I mean, you guys know I love them. I need to get done with him now because I want him up on my wall. I feel like his journey is at an end. I've been working and looking at him for a long time and I'm really ready to start new things. So I just need to get my head down and get on with it and just enjoy this last bit. But he's absolutely gorgeous. And we're in the 80s now, yay! Yeah, so that's Wise Old Owl's progress. So full, that bottom right hand corner. That's probably not helping, it's probably a little bit confetti compared to the rest of it. Right guys, so that was what happened in May. I got some lovely birthday haul, thank you very much to my family. It's the Queen's Jubilee tomorrow. I'm not really kind of usually, I'm not a very obviously patriotic person, but for the length of time that lady's been on the throne, I think that deserves celebrating because that is a feat. It is amazing. So, yeah, I'm sorry, I feel a bit all over the place this video. It's probably my cold. So, yeah, I'll leave it there and I'm going to go over now and we're going to look at the new rotation. That's very exciting. I've got a whole load of stuff to show you. So yeah, a bit of a different video for me. This is a rare moment showing you guys new stuff that's going to be started. So yeah, see you over in the new rotation section. See you in a minute. Hi guys, welcome back to the new rotation. I've composed myself. Try and get through this best we can. Sorry in advance for it's going to be a crinkle fest. Because it's like you've got to put the stuff back and things like that. So for those who don't like that, sorry in advance. I also forgot to mention in my first segment, I'm going to try and do a Flosstuber of the month. And Mum has been on the scout again and we found another lovely Flosstuber and the channel's Corey Creates. It's a lovely lady from Louisiana. She's done 2 videos so far. I've only watched video 1, but she's got some fabulous stitching. I think she had her partner forced her to get moving with Flosstube, and I'm so glad he did because she is fabulous and has some beautiful projects. The carousel horses, she's got her first Haid finish. So I'd really recommend checking out Corey Creates. And again, I'll pop that in the show notes. Okay, new rotation. Very exciting, guys. Right, so before I show you, the way I'm working this is I'm working off the premise of, on average, there is 30 days in the month. So each project has got a certain amount of days inside that 30 days that I've allotted to be worked on. I've chose 6 projects, which is double the amount for me. It doesn't sound a lot compared to a lot of Flosstubers, but that is literally double what I'm used to working on. In fact, while I was kitting up, I was so excited and I was getting everything ready, and then I was like, what have I done? It's like, it's too much floss everywhere and fabric, and yeah, it was getting a bit crazy. For me, I was just getting a bit, oh God, there's too many project packs here. Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to them, and I've tried to pick a mix of everything. I want things that are going to be finished sooner rather than later, not, oh, I'm going to have to wait 2 years to see this finished, unlike my current projects. I've got different seasons, different sizes, different reasons for stitching it. And I've tried to pick a nice variety. And the rule's going to be, because I am a finisher all the way, I can't start something else until I finished it. So if I finish something, I get to move something else into that slot. And I think for now, we're just going to keep in that pattern until maybe in, you know, a year or 2 years time, I'm like, do you know what? I'm okay for non-full coverage for a bit. I would like, you know, you never know, I'd like to do this crazy start 3 pain-free crafts Chris Dunn patterns again, and let's follow their journey. I don't know. But at the moment, I'm ready for a change, and this is how it's going to be. So I'm going to tell you the amount of days it's allotted. Originally, I was going to do like, this project gets the 1st to the 5th of the month worked on it. Then this one gets the 6th to the 10th, something like that. And I thought to keep it a bit more interesting, what I'm actually going to do is when I start the new rotation, you know, finish Wise Old Owl, I'm ready to start my new one. I'm going to get, you know, that app, the Tiny Decisions app. You can download this app for free, and you enter, you know, what you would like on this wheel of decisions. And I'm going to put my 6 in there, and every month I'm going to just go, right, which one am I starting first? And it'll pick for me. So it's just like exciting, like, oh, it's that one, right, we'll stitch on that one. Work on it for its allotted days, finish them allotted days, and then go, right, let's go back to the app and flip it. But I know that they're all being touched on in the 30 days. And then it's nice and sporadic when I'm going to work on it, if it lands on a weekend or a week off from work, or a day where maybe there's a longer period in the end of the month, something like that. It's all potluck. So that's how I'm going to approach this. So let's start, right. So I've got like piles of stuff around me. Right, so the first one I'll reveal because I think this is a given. I have got project 1 is going to be the Pain-Free Crafts Crystal SAL Wind in the Willows. So I'm going to put a picture here of we get a new segment of this stitch along every single month on the 1st. So we've just had yesterday the second one, which is brilliant. It is lots of little black work patterns. And I'm so sorry that there's a lady who's let Sarah use these, and I'm going to put her name in the show notes to show who that lady was. So these are little black works that's going to go in the squares of the window pane. Just to make more sense, I'm going to put a picture here of where we're up to in the SAL as per the model stitcher. So there's a lovely model stitcher from the Facebook group, Pain-Free Crafts Facebook group, called Fenella, and she's the lady who stitched this for Sarah. So every time a new segment's released, Sarah also releases the model stitching of it and where it's up to at that point. So just to see where everyone else should be up to roughly by now, where I'm not. This is the picture for that. So as you can see, if my partner just keeps that up, we've got 2 characters in the middle. We've got the bunny at the bottom. We've got some of the panelling in the sky. And now we've got in the little squares, the black work in the middle, and that really makes it look like a window. And you can choose which black work you want. There's loads of little patterns they give you: floral, knots, little animals. There's like little squirrel black work, fish, spiders. It's so cool. So I really can't wait to get started back on this. So this is the only thing going in that's really in the new rotation that's a whip. All the others are new starts. So in terms of where I'm up to with it, at the moment, I have 3 colours on a floss bag, which is the grid line that you can see, because that's what I'm tackling first. So just to remind us, and of course I've completely forgot what fabric. I think it's 32 count, or 36 count actually, Ivory Murano. Again, I'll double check and put it in the notes. So, which way up are we, Lauren? This is where I'm up to. As you can see, I'm still quite a way off. These are the squares that have got the black work in. So, this is going to be allotted 5 days every month. 5 days this will get worked on. And I think my goal is you get a new colour chart for each of the segments. So this is why I haven't bothered to kit up the whole thing. I'm just going to keep going with this colour and go round, so I've got my outline completely done. It does get filled in, the outline, with the other greys in my floss bags. I'm not so worried about that. I think when I'm in a section, so for example, if I was putting Mr. Badger here, I might then fill in the grey around it just to break up that. But I would just like to see the grid outline done, so I know that everything's, where it should be, and get that kind of annoying bit out the way, the less fun bit. So that's my first part of the new rotation, is that the SAL is getting a dedicated 5 days worked on him, and this is my starting point. So yes, really glad that he's getting some love and some time spent on him. Okay, so that's the SAL. That's project number 1. Right, 5 more to go. I'm so sorry, I need to keep taking a drink. I do apologise. You probably hear the ice rattling around as well. Project number 2. Okay, those who've been with me a while, right at the beginning when I was doing sneak peeks, there was a video called Sneak Peeks where I got some haul and I started kitting up future projects. So some of you will know a couple of these that might come up. So this one is half bobbinated. It's been a bobbinating process. I completely get why people work off thread drops and things like that, but because I don't do it that often, the kitting up process, because I'm always stitching on something for ages, I quite enjoyed the, drawing my symbols on the bobbin and getting my master set of DMC and going, oh, what colour's that? And yeah, that was really exciting for me. So project number 2 is Glendon Place, XL Round. I cannot wait to start this. This is so different from anything else that I've stitched. So this is one of the reasons I picked this, is it's not a scene. It's symbols. It's just a picture. It's not a scene of anything. It's just colours and beads and cryonic. And it's just lots of what I'm calling little Fabergé eggs. And I think this will be absolutely stunning out in the spring and Easter. So this is project number 2. He is going to be stitched on 28 count chrysalis cashel linen, which is the called for. And it's this beautiful, very unusual springy green, but it's going to pop. It's almost minty. Almost, but more on the spring colour side. And I'm using, there's far too many on here for how many it's actually going to be, but I'm using floss away bags for this. So I've already started to bobbinate, and I'll just give you an example of what I do. So I draw the symbol on the chart, the number of DMC that is, and then I just take enough to kind of get me going. So I'm just very, very excited. And I've done it in numerical order so that it's easy for me to find it. Because I didn't do that with my full coverages, can you believe it? So I have to do a bit of circling through the floss away bags to find a colour. And I've learned from that for the next one. But I mean, like, look at all these just couple of different purples, like a hyacinth blue. The colours in comparison to what I'm working on at the moment, which are very natural. Look at that bright pink. These are colours I'm never picking up in my, so that's all I've done so far. In my my master copy, I'm very rarely going to the pinks, when I'm in Wise Old Owl City. So this is just it's just joy to me to pick this up. So yeah, so I've got this beautiful cryonic. This is pattern number 2. I've shown these before, so I won't go through all of them, but there is some beautiful beads Mill Hill beads that go with this pattern. These are just going to pop on here, gorgeous. And there is lots of Krynic. Just some gorgeous, gorgeous colours. These are all just going to pop on here. Gorgeous. So yeah, that's the second one I've chosen. Exile Around by Glendon Place. I think this will take some time because there's so much elements to it. And he's going to get 5 days every single month as well. So same as the SAL, they're going to get 5 days. I've made sure that the days total 30 in total based off a month. So everything's getting touched in the month. And 5 days I think is a good amount. I think that's a good amount for non-full coverage. Okay, just putting that away, sorry. Right, next one. Very different pattern again. I'm doing this for my partner. He bought it me for some Christmases ago to do for him because there's a sentimental meaning for his family, for the place this is from and what it's stitched about, and that is a Roslyn Chapel sampler kit. So the gift shop in essence made this whole kit, which is a cross stitch pattern. It's a whole kit, and you get this lovely, it's kind of very stiff, I think it's Ada, you know, comes with a needle. Just a nice neutral, small, says it fits in, you know, your average kind of, I think it's 5x8 frame. It comes with the 3 kind of colourways of floss. And how lovely that is. It's just very simple. Just works. It's a very primitive, what do you fucking, primitive design. They're just going to pop on there, lovely. And you get this card in from Roslyn Chapel. So basically, I'm doing this for him because it means something to our family, without going into too much detail. And they give you little card holders, so I'm going to be able to write and put the cards in. And again, this is what it'll look like when it's finished. So it's not my usual stitching. I think the picture's probably not doing it much justice either. I think this will be quite a quick stitch for me. I'm giving him 5 days, so I think this is one of those that a couple of rotations, so 2 months maybe, and we're already swapping in the next project, which is quite quick compared to the projects we've been looking at the moment. So I get to, you know, complete a gift I've been given, to gift to someone that, you know, and it means something in our family. And I really wanted to do this for him. And then it's also, I think, what I would classify as a small, so that I can start adding in other projects and we're not kind of waiting for finishes. So this is why I've gone with different size projects as well. So that's project number 3, Roslyn Chapel. Okay, just put that away again, sorry. Right, project number 4. So I'm finally going to do something I've wanted to do for a while. Let me just show you this here. This is an Easter tree that I bought from Hobbycraft. I've put fairy lights on it. This is what this weird dangly thing is. See if they turn on. Yes, you can't see them in this light at all. I bought this bendable rubber Easter tree, and it was white, from Hobbycraft. And obviously my aesthetic is brown, so I lovingly painted it brown. Sorry, I'm peeking. Yeah. I lovingly painted it brown. And I have had a vision for years now of having cross-stitch ornaments hanging off this. And finally, I'm going to start making that vision happen. So I'm dedicating 3 days a month to ornaments. And an ornament to me is anything that's going to go on this tree, or anything that's a small, like a cushion or a baby flat fold, or something that's small. And before I kind of get onto the tree, there are a couple of ornaments that I want to do first. So one of them is because I've put this first because it's from the beautiful crafting Kirsty, who is a Flosstuber as well. Go check her out, please. Amazing lady. Where's the project bag? She kindly lent me, because I could not find it anywhere, this Abbey Rose Primitive Merry Christmas pillow. And because she lent it to me, I want to, even though, because he's not, like writing to me every week going, where is my pattern? But I personally would like to do this sooner rather than later, so I can get Kirsty back her pattern. And I think this is a very famous one. I've seen Pfeiffer finish this for a lot of people. I want to finish it exactly like this. I love the kind of Victorian aesthetic. And even though it might be a bit big for my tree, it's still classified as an ornament to me, and it might be something I put on my Christmas tree. So it's a small. It's going to be great for this Q-snap. That's what I bought this for. And it calls for some Picture This Plus in something called Brash Belfast linen. This is this here. This is what this is stitched on. Fabulous. Oldie worldy, absolutely love it. So I managed to get the called for, and it was very cheap because it was such a small piece. And I'm loving the fact that I can pop that in the Q-snap. I'm loving that. And she kindly also, with the pattern, sent me, you remember everyone was making their own thread drops, which I kind of completely missed that trend. She sent me her lovely thread drops, 3 of them, and I've got 3 of the colours on there so far, and then I'm just going to put, there's only a few more of the colours, I'm just going to put them in floss away bags. So this is one of the very first ornaments I want to stitch, and it's only, I'm giving it 3 days because they're small, so I think I'll still move across along with them quite quickly. So the goal is to finish that, and then I haven't got it here now, but I'm going to finish that quite quickly. I'm going to try and make it into the pillow and not leave them languishing in its allotted time each month. So let's say I finish it in 2 months, and the 3rd month will go, well, actually I'll just use the 3 days to finish it, make it into a cushion before I start the next one. I'll do that so I don't have lots of little finishes knocking about. I want to actually see them in the purpose that they're going to be. So I'm going to do that, and then I can give Kirsty her pattern back. Dina Half Stitch very kindly a while ago now gave me some patterns from a giveaway I won, and in there is an Easter, everything you need to make it. Got the lace, needle, fabric, thread. It's a limited edition Lizzie Kate Easter cushion. So I think I'm going to do that after this one, and then I've got big plans, and we'll go over them as and when I swap out new patterns to put on this tree. And I'm going to have seasonal different things. So I've got some of them already kitted up, but we'll show them as and when we get to them. So thank you very much again, Kirsty, for this. So that's project number 4, Abbey Rose Designs Primitive Merry Christmas Pillow. Fabulous. Right, legs are going numb. Zip. It was lubricated. Right. Okay, project number 5. Again, those who've been with me a while may know I've wanted to stitch this for a long time. This again has just been finished by Crafting Kirsty. Go and check it out, it's brilliant. She's finished it as one long piece, and that is the Cricket Collection, or Cross-Eyed Crickets Sleepy Hollow. I cannot tell you how long I've wanted to start this. this has been the hardest thing not to start. And Cat V Stitches is stitching it as well, the Flosstube I mentioned last video. I'm just jealous of all these people stitching this pattern and I want to stitch it. So I finally get to start this as my reward for finishing Wise Old Owl. It's just a story of Ichabod Crane, the Irving Washington story of Sleepy Hollow, and I just love that story. I bought a job lot of 32 count haunted Belfast linen to put this on. It's going to need an eye. It's a bit crazy now. Try and open that out. Oh, it's going to look fabulous on there. I cannot wait. And I'm going to do the fold finish. Well, I say I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and do the fold finish. Cat V Stitches is going to do the same. I'm hoping she does it before me so I can steal all her ideas. How to finish it. Because I think it'll be the hardest thing I've ever done. And I'm going to try and do it in stages, like maybe just kind of like take a step back each night and go, right, let's just like mount fabric this night. Let's just pin fabric this night. Let's glue, let's let it dry and just kind of try not rush it. But this is a fabulous pattern and I've got the called for colours that it wants for the week's dye work. So it wants carrot in week's dye works. Oh, flinging that off. Carrot. How beautiful is that on there? That's just popping. London Fog. I've got a few of these. I actually really only had one of everything. And I started looking at the pattern and went, oh, I think I'm going to use a lot of London Fog. So I bought a few more. Honeysuckle. Pewter. Again, bought more of this because it features a lot in the houses and the gravestones and things like that. Eggplant. And finally, Indian Summer. Beautiful colours. So that's the week's dye works to get the variegated effects on some of the objects. I think it features a lot in here and here. So we'll see. And then this one is completely, this is all the colours in floss away bags in numerical order. And again, I've just drew the symbol on, the number of the DMC, and then wrapped it round. But you can just see all these beautiful different colours that feature in this pattern. And I was just so excited to kit this up and just play with the different colours that I don't get to use every day in my current projects. Yeah, very, very exciting. So yes, project number 5 is Sleepy Hollow and it's gonna get 5 days. Can't wait. And there we go. So we've got like an Easter, Halloween, you know, I'm trying to do different seasons, bit of everything. Very excited to start this one. I think he's going to take a while. I don't know, I've just got a feeling. Right. Last project. Sorry, thank you. Right. The last project is going to be a new full coverage. I will always have, even when it's not focus, at least one Kriston in rotation because I have about, last time I checked, I think I have 23 Kriston pain-free crafts full coverages. I found my lane. You probably won't ever see me stitch another type of full coverage now because it's just my aesthetic and it's my love and passion and I want to see all of them. And if I'm going to get to do that in my lifetime, I need to always have one on the go. So picking which one was a bit of a task. Even my partner got involved because it's going to be something that's going to be stitched on for a long time. I have to I had to pick a good one. I'm naturally drawn to the Christmas ones, but I wanted to pick one that was an all year round piece, because I've got Halloween, so that's I am only put things up seasonally. Even if I've spent ages stitching on it, I only put it up seasonally. Wise Old Owl's all year round because it's at night, there's no obvious season. And cheese delivery, no obvious season, so I consider that an all year round piece. So I wanted another all year round piece to get kind of my money out of, the value of stitching it. So the piece we've chose is Barging Through. And if my partner could just leave a picture of that there. So Barging Through, we've chose for a few reasons. One, it's an outdoor scene. It's not like any of the other three I've done. The palette is completely different. There's water. I can see the sky. I can't see the sky in day on any of them, really. So it's a completely different palette and style. It's not muted like cheese delivery. It's not dark like Wise Old Owl or Halloween. It's completely different. The other reason we chose it is the area we live is got lots of canals, and even though it wasn't our area he drew, it was more inspiration for where he lives, which is nowhere near where we live. It reminded us of our own area that we live in, and it literally felt like Chris had sat on one of our canal embankments and drew this. Like, there's so many pubs with canals near them, and we're hoping eventually to move into a permanent house. This is a temporary location for us, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice moving into a new home eventually? And the project I'm working on is about kind of home and where we live. So that was another reason I chose Barging Through. But it's just a lovely scene. There's a few animals in it. You've got Toad going over the bridge. There's obviously been a collision. You've got the policeman asking the ducks what's going on. What did they see? I mean, one of the ducks has got a flat cap on. It's just crazy. I just love it. So very simply went on Pain Free Crafts. Bought some 25 count easy guide fabric. Now this just fits. I think I've got about like that much room. So what I've done is I've got some old fabric, some owls, and I'm gonna like double it over, cut a line off it, double it over like that, cut that off, and I'm gonna serge it around the edge of this so that I can work on it in the Q-snap. Because if I need to start here and the Q-snap's here, I'm going to be banging, I can't get in. So I'm going to serge around the edge to give me some working room. This is the biggest one I've done so far. There is 172,000 stitches in Barging Through. The biggest one on the moment is Wise Old Owl, 140,000. And I'm going to give it 7 days a month. That takes me up to 30 days in total because I only gave the ornaments 3. So the reason I gave it 7 is that even though it's not a focus, I don't think that 5 days on it is going to be enough if I want to see it finished in the next 5 years. I need to give it 7. Obviously, I'm used to giving things 10 days a month when I was working on my 3, and even at times I still felt like, oh, it could be going quicker. So I think 7 days is my limit. It may get to a point in the future when I've done a few non-full coverages where instead of rotating one in, I just extend how long I give Barging Through if I'm getting a bit impatient. But this is what we'll do at the moment, and we'll just see how we get on. Now, one of the things I've done with this is I had Wise Old Owl in floss away bags, and it just isn't working for me. I didn't numerically order it. I'm going round in circles like that, trying to find the colour. It's wasting time. So I have this brilliant little box that Mama Flossabilities bought me. It's like my master copy of DMC, but a small version. And it's got clips. And I lovingly, because I was look at all these colours, guys. Oh, you might not be able to see it like that. I lovingly went and did all the symbols and the colour because I just wanted to see my palette. So for example, and I've done it in numerical order. so it's easy for me to find. I know exactly where I'm going. Like, look at this. This is obviously like for the water. This dark blue and green palette is just lovely. There was also greens going into blues. Again, just a beautiful palette that's very different from what I'm doing at the moment. At the moment, I'm full of browns and dark browns and reddy tones. This has got some sky, and I'm going to work on this a little bit different. So at the moment, I focus on a page. And yes, I do bleed to try and avoid lines, but I think it's more easy to get lines when you're working 2 strands over 1. What I'm going to try and do is focus more on percentages and the amount of stitches rather than the page. So I'll still use the top left page where I start. I'll still use that as my focus for the starting point. But if I've got a blob of thread on my armchair next to me, I'm going to drag out and do all the stitches in that page and kind of spread. And if I've still got thread next to me, instead of going, oh, I've done all the colour in that page and I've bled a bit, I'm just going to start on the next one. I might just keep going until that thread's run out and really bleed a bit. So not extreme cross country, but really happily to bleed. I'm just learning each time, and I think that there are some areas where I've not bled as well into the pages and I notice little lines, and if I've had the Q snap on it too long and I forgot to take it off, I've noticed some lines. So I'm hoping the fact that I've got a long Q snap now, so there's less likely to be clamping hard into that project that you're up to because there's more room. And then if I just spread out a bit more, I think it'll give me an even better effect with my 2 over 1. So yeah, so he's getting 7 days. And that's the 6 projects, guys. Whew. Let's have a little bit of a drink here. So, I hope you guys like. Obviously, I have to pick things that I want to do, you know. Oh, there's a pack of pizza in my lap. Where have you come from? That'll be eggs all around. I've had to pick projects that, you know, I like, because ultimately it's my stitching, but there was a bit of a pressure like, oh, what happens if no one likes a new rotation? Just a little bit of that. But there's something for, I think, for everything. There is back stitching ones. There are ones that are scenes. There are ones that are not. There are bright colours, there are dark Halloween colours. There's a bit of everything to keep me interested. And I've got a gift for someone, I've got large pieces, I've got small pieces. And I think what I'm going to get to see with this new rotation is that I get to finish things quicker, move things in quicker, and I'll get to do more seasonal pieces kind of for like my display and for this tree that I want to do, just getting around to it quicker. So that's the plan. So I've filmed early in this month because it's not even the weekend yet of the first month of June and I've already filmed. So it's probably going to be a nice big gap now, I'm afraid, before my next video, which is in July. I just give us a heads up now. What I might end up doing is, if I'm really close to finishing cheese liver, I've got cheese liver on the brain, Wise Old Owl, I may do that thing again where I just go, I'll come in the middle of the month and see you then when it's finished. If it's that close and I feel it's a bit anticlimactic to come on to go, here he is, he's nearly finished, I might just wait. And if I feel like I might just need another month to do it, I might just skip a month. I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. I'm hoping I finish it soon enough that I can just come to you in the middle of the month and just do it. But we'll see. So just in case I go a bit AWOL for a bit, you know what I'm doing. I'm trying to finish Wise Old Owl, guys. That's the plan. So then we can start all these new things and enjoy the process. But yeah, I'm sorry I've been so ill. I just feel like I've been ill all the time recently. It's just the mingling, isn't it? I'm just not used to it. But definitely had more colds in last year than I've had pre-COVID. So yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed seeing that, guys. Thank you very much for bearing with me if this video is a bit scatty. I love you all, and I'll see you in July, hopefully, as soon as I can. Enjoy the start of summer, whatever you're doing. And yes, speak to you soon. Bye, guys. Bye.